And here in our first episode, we look back at how Mercedes-Benz became such a legendary name in motorsport.
The Mercedes is back again.
Two of the greatest racing cars ever built.
This is our star actor, the new Mercedes-Benz Formula One racing car.
By a company that has always strived for technical excellence. Throughout the ages, Mercedes has long been at the forefront of engineering development.
A car of revolutionary design based upon exhaustive and lengthy tests.
Mercedes-Benz is not only one of the most successful and most iconic car brands in the world, but Mercedes-Benz has also a great history in motor racing.
Double victory for Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes has achieved something unique in the history of motor racing.
Winning the World Championship this year and being part of such a team is very satisfying.
A unique company with a unique history.
I'm hugely proud to be a part of this team and obviously to be a part of Mercedes-Benz history, you know, to be privileged to work with all these people and to have helped them reach their goal.
Two iconic cars, two champions from two very different eras. And two Formula One legends who know all about what makes the Silver Arrows so special. Mercedes icon Sir Stirling Moss and the 1996 Formula One World Champion, Damon Hill.
So here it is, Stirling, the car that Lewis drove to become world champion in 2014. Of course, this car won every race but three in 2014.
I think the thing that strikes me is when you know Mercedes are coming into racing, you know you're going to have a car to beat. And I mean, this thing is absolutely amazing, really is. There's a big difference in this car now and of course at 55 because everything's changed so dramatically. The power that this thing gives out is staggering, and I'm sure the handling of it and everything must be absolutely perfect.
Now your race overalls, they were pretty skinny, weren't they?
No, this is modern, but this has got fireproofing.
Yeah. Yours didn't have fireproofing? No. What was it there for? Just to keep the oil off?
Well, literally, I can remember them saying, we've got these overalls which are fireproof. They look so awful, creasing. We said, we're blown if we're going to go around looking like that. You can't see much out of the rear view mirror, I reckon.
No.
I suppose you know who's there, actually, when
you just want to see a gap, don't you, really?
Quite, exactly.
You'd have loved it. I'm sure you would have absolutely...
I'm sure I would.
Yeah, you would have. You'd been up there with Lewis.
I'd have tried.
Giving him a bit of a...
It's quite beautiful. It's so impressive, isn't it?
Definitely is very, very special for me to drive the Silver Arrows. I love the F1 history, so I read about it a lot. I look at all the old movies, and so I'm really aware of, you know, how legendary these Silver Arrows really are in F1. They were so dominant back in those days, and so as a German driver especially, I'm very, very proud to be driving the Silver Arrow myself now in F1.
The iconic Silver Arrows have been racing for nearly a century. First taking to the track in the 1930s and named after racing in bare aluminium to save on weight from paint. They soon became one of the leading forces on the grid. They then returned to what was now the Formula One World Championship in 1954. The Mercedes charged to a famous 1-2 at the French Grand Prix, with Juan Manuel Fangio taking the win. Mercedes then swept the next two seasons, with Fangio driving himself and the famous car into legend, winning all but 3 races, with teammate Stirling Moss taking a famous victory at the British Grand Prix, before Mercedes withdrew from the sport once more.
And that's me in the Merca.
Look at your face.
Yeah, well, that's all the vapour comes back from the brakes and stuff. That's Fangio.
Yeah. Gosh, look at drivers bouncing around and looks like a lot of fun, but a bit scary.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Motor racing in its early days was very difficult and very dangerous. And those guys were really great men who achieved the kind of successes back in the 1950s.
Stepping back in time 60 years, Stirling.
Yeah, fantastic car. This car would do about 100, 180, I guess.
Wow.
You know, it was fast.
And I mean, safety, right? Did you have seat belts in here?
No, never raced a seat belt.
And there's no roll bar here? Or?
No. There's what the helmet was like. And you feel how nice and light that is.
That's pretty
It's
nice.
a polo helmet, actually.
So it's not even specifically for motor racing,
No,
it's for horses?
It's adapted, yes, exactly.
Wow. It's made of cork or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And paper mache?
It's cork and glue, actually.
And cork and glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really...
It's really comfortable.
Watching this year, you're seeing the Mercedes resurgence and coming back. In terms of Formula One history, they must both be the most successful cars ever to have raced in Formula One.
In 55, they were streets ahead of anybody else. I mean, you know, Mazdas are great cars, Ferraris and so on, but they couldn't beat that.
So we're in the same room with the most successful products of Formula One competition.
Yeah, with this and that, yes.
Must be worth a few bob.
Quite a few.
The famous Mercedes are reborn and back at the top. A vintage year. 60 years on from their first victory. And a performance they will look to repeat when the cars take to the grid in 2015.
As a team, we wrote history this year. The Silver Arrows are back.
Next time on the road to 2015.
Good morning. They are filming for James Bond.
I'm the villain.
Head of Mercedes-Benz Motorsport, Toto Wolff, takes us behind the scenes on an exclusive tour of the Mercedes AMG PETRONAS Formula One factory.
This is next year's car and it's confidential. Hasta la vista, baby.